Right, indeed, and we're just counting down to the 9th of April, where we'll have the official handing over ceremony from President Mwai Kibaki to the President-elect Uhuru Kenyatta, and preparations are elaborate as the countdown to the presidential swearing-in continues. The Chief of Defense Forces, General Julius Karangi, today witnessed a full dress rehearsal of the inauguration of Uhuru Kenyatta as Kenya's 4th president. Now, the rehearsal took place at the Moi International Sports Center, Kasarani, the venue where General Karangi will hand over the lowered presidential standard to Mwai Kibaki, who will at that instant become a former head of state. Karangi is also set to lead the military in a 21-gun salute heralding the change of power. NSIS Director Michael Gishangi and members of the committee on assumption of office of the president also toured the Moi International Sports Center to inspect the ongoing preparations for the event.
All right, we're now joined by our senior reporter Rita Tinina, who is coming to us live from Kasarani with more details of this. Now, Rita Tinina, it's very unusual for us to hear the Chief of the Defense Forces, Julius Karangi, being at a rehearsal. How important is this particular event?
Well, this is quite crucial. This was the one and only full dress rehearsal that the Kenya Defense Forces will be staging before next Tuesday's ceremony. And if you can hear some music in the background, the ceremony is just coming to a close. What is happening right now is that the Chief of Defense Forces, Julius Karangi, who during the dress rehearsal was acting as President Mwai Kibaki, is right now escorting who will then next week be the new Commander-in-Chief, Uhuru Kenyatta, on a lap of honor around the stadium. So it has been a very interesting morning here. Some also details, new details emerging. The Committee on the Assumption of Office now releasing what they say is a draft program. And according to that draft program, all guests who will be attending the inauguration ceremony should be seated here at the Moi International Sports Center in Kasarani by 10:30. By 10 rather in the morning. By 10:30, the service commanders will arrive. By 10:45, the heads of state who will be invited to the ceremony are expected to get to the Moi International Sports Center, Kasarani. As of now, earlier on when the committee was having a housekeeping meeting here, the chief of, the head of public service, Francis Kimemia, who is the chairman of that committee, did not give details of which heads of state have been invited, but he says guests have been invited from across all the continents of the world. And on Tuesday, come 11 a.m., the Chief of the Defense Forces will arrive. He will then be followed by the Chief Justice, Willie Mutunga, and all the Supreme Court judges, plus the Registrar of the Judiciary. And then after that, at around 11:45, 11:45, yeah, that is 11:45, Uhuru Kenyatta is expected to arrive. He had minutes before that, at around 11:35, William Ruto is expected to arrive. And as Uhuru arrives here at 11:45 in the morning, at that same time, President Mwai Kibaki will be expected to leave State House for this venue. So that is the program that we have. And even though the committee has not released details of the heads of state who will be coming, we are for sure it is given that Ugandan President Yoweri Museveni will be attending the ceremony. This is because during this rehearsal, they have said he is the head of state who will speak on behalf of the other heads of state. He will be speaking as chairman of the East African Community Heads of State Summit, and he will also be representing the East African community in the region. So it has been a very interesting morning here at the Moi International Sports Center in Kasarani. This was the last one and only final full dress rehearsal. Of course, the rehearsals will continue in coming days, but this morning it was a very colorful event. It was the real rehearsal. There were the outriders, the motorcades. When it's time for instance, the president-elect to arrive, the full motorcade comes into the stadium, led by the outriders. Same for the current president Mwai Kibaki, who will arrive in the ceremonial Land Rover. That is the Land Rover that has been used today. So next week, the only thing that will be different from today, it will be the key players and of course the crowds that are expected here. It is.